What's up, everybody? This is Johnny Basement, and we're back here in the basement for basically a quick review. Just a quick review from a New York Jets perspective, a New York Jets fans perspective on what happened to the Buffalo Bills this year. What happened to the Buffalo Bills this season and in previous seasons? Because now, well, before we even get into all that, please hit the subscribe button, the bell notice, and the like button. Drop some comments down below. Give me your reasons what you think happened to the Buffalo Bills or what is preventing them from getting over the top. So, from covering a lot of the Bills and watching a lot of the Buffalo Bills this year, I got a couple of opinions right now that, just judging from what we've been watching, I got a lot of opinions on what exactly happened, man. And what I think happened this year, it really starts with the coaching staff. Before I get into the players or anything else, I think this all starts with the coaching staff. I think it starts right here with Sean McDermott. Sean McDermott has done a tremendous job taking the Buffalo Bills away from where they were. Buffalo Bills were a joke, a disaster, just like my Jets were. Just like my Jets were. Punching bags for the NFL. We were punching bags for the New England Patriots, right? We were punching bags for these teams for such a long time. The Jets and the Patriots have always battled for last place. AFC least. Battles between the Bills and the Jets for basement supremacy went on forever. Then Sean McDermott came in. He came in, took over the team in January of 2017. What did he do that year? The Bills finished 9-7 and made the playoffs for the first time. Made the playoffs for the first time since '99 with Doug Flutie and Rob Johnson were the quarterbacks for the Bills. And the Music City Miracle. Sorry, Bills Mafia. Sorry, Bills fans. You know, that's the last game they had to remember in the playoffs. The last game they had to remember in the playoffs was that game where Doug Flutie got benched, Rob Johnson put in. I was told by Bills Mafia it was Wade Phillips' fault, and I was told by other Bills Mafia it wasn't Wade Phillips' decision, that it was Ralph Wilson's. I don't know. I'm still up in the air. Someone drop some comments down and tell me who was at fault for benching Flutie and putting Rob Johnson in that game. Was it Wade Phillips? Was it Ralph Wilson? Who was it? Please, I hear so many things from, and these are all from Bills fans. So please, someone tell me the real deal on that one. Anyway, that's the last time you guys had seen a playoff game. Right? So McDermott came in, got you all to the playoffs with Tyrod Taylor at quarterback. Great job. Great job. Gets them back there for the first time. Yes, they lost right away. They lost in that first round. It's okay. Then the 2018 season came around. I only say it's okay because at least they made it back to the playoffs. And as long as that had been. So, 18 years. 18 years! And trust me, we're on 12 now. The Jets are on 12 right now, going on 12. No, we are on 12. I'm saying this will be 13. Anyway, this ain't about the Jets right now. Just 2018. The Bills finished 6-10, so there was a steep drop-off from the 9-7 and great year that they had the year before. So they missed the playoffs that year, but the Bills did not, like a lot of teams do, did not fire Sean McDermott. Hold on and keep him moving. Keep him moving forward because they saw something good going on here. They saw something good going on with Sean McDermott. 2019 rolls around. Josh Allen starting to develop. Buffalo Bills defense really stepping up, really taking that turn that the Bills Mafia and their fans could notice, like, hey, we made a turn here. So they went from 6-10 to 10-6. They flipped the record, 6-10 to 10-6, make the playoffs. In 2019, you made the playoffs again for the second time in 3 years. Lost again in the first round, lost again. But it's okay because now, as opposed to 2017 and the drop-off in 18, you guys saw the turnaround. You really saw it, like this year with my Jets. I see the turnaround. Yes, we lost the last 6 in a row. Yes, there was horrible play at the end. But we see it. Defense is on point. Offense has to catch up. 2019, Bills' defense was on point. Offense had to catch up. Bring us to 2020. 2020, 13-3 for Sean McDermott. 13-3! Bills make the playoffs again, and they win the division for the first time in 25 years. Since 95, first time in 25 years the Bills win the division. What else happened? They win their first playoff game in that same amount of time. So now you can see why McDermott's still the coach. 13-3 in 2020. 11-6 in 21. Make the playoffs again. What is the similarity now that we're seeing here? 2020 made the playoffs, lose to Kansas City in the championship game. Fast forward to 21, you finish 11-6. Thank you. You guys made the playoffs. Thank you. You're bringing us Kansas City back. Lose again. Lose again in 21. Actually, let me back that up. 21, you lost to Kansas City. Why'd that happen? Because we're in the basement. That's why that happened. Let me back that up. 21, you met Kansas City for the first time. Not the second time. I'm not even going to edit that out. I'm leaving that in there. Leaving that in there. If you follow my channel, you watch my live streams enough, you know I don't BS around and I don't edit my mistakes. 21, the Bills faced the Chiefs for the first time. Bills faced the Chiefs for the first time. They lost in the championship game, in a game that was a great battle. Mahomes and company went on to the Super Bowl. 2022 is the second time that Kansas City and the Bills met. The 13-second game. 13 seconds. Had a 36-33 lead. Dropped it. Allowed Kansas City to get in field goal range. I know 13 seconds. You guys, Bills Mafia know it well. You know 13 seconds. You know what it means. Tie game. Lose the flip. Kansas City moves on. Buffalo screwed over again. But Kansas City this season was waiting for the Bills. The Bills wanted them this season, and this is where I come to my point. 13-3 finish again. Now, these all sound like incredible positives for McDermott. Another 13-3 season, another division title. This time, you go to the divisional round, you get your doors blown off. Blown off this year. Blown off by the Bengals. Didn't show up, didn't look prepared, or you showed up and looked like you weren't ready to play, or you expected to win. Just like you expected to win. I never imagined that I would watch what I just watched with those Buffalo Bills. Never imagined I would see what I saw out there on that field. That was amazingly bad. I never saw a team look so unprepared, which brings me to my point about Sean McDermott. All the great things that I just said about him, and he's done such a phenomenal job with the team. He really has done a great job with the team and turning the Bills around and making them a force in the AFC, making them a heavy, heavy favorite this season to come in to win the Super Bowl. Yes, Micah Hyde was hurt. Yes, Von Miller was hurt. Yes, since Von Miller got hurt, the Bills fell to the bottom third of the NFL when it came to pressuring quarterbacks. So, yeah, these are major losses, but a lot of teams have injuries. A lot of teams have injuries. Sean McDermott, to me, on the outsider looking in, as a Jet fan looking in, Sean McDermott should be fired. Maybe they've gone as far as they're going to go with this coach as their coach. Maybe this is as far as they're going to go with him. You had teams to win it in 21. You had the team last year to do it. That 13 seconds was a killer. The team has been there to get them over the top to do it. Even this season, the team was there to get them over the top. It was there. Injuries aside, it was there. Especially not to go out and lay a dud like they did against the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm pulling for the Bills, and my regular fan base knows I'm pulling for the Bills. The regular fan base of the Buffalo Bills that follow my channel know I was going for the Bills. I am sympathetic as a Jet fan to Bills fans and Bills Mafia because of the type of times that we have gone through with our teams being punching bags. Now, yes, my team still hasn't made it. Robert Saleh's still the head coach. Mike LaFleur was fired, though. He was the one that fell on the sword for the horrible play calling. Ken Dorsey didn't open up the playbook enough to me. Didn't do it. Too Josh Allen reliant on this team. Now, I know Josh Allen puts everything on his shoulders. He's the guy to look to. He's the guy to go to. And it's getting to be to the point that he's getting later in his career. Not that much later, but I'm saying. You're in the league now for all these years, and you're still the guy to pass the ball, run the ball, and get everything done. Get some running backs. The Bills need some running backs as well. Ken Dorsey, maybe he should go. Leslie Frazier, he should go. Not just blaming this all on McDermott. I'm just saying the coaching staff has brought this team as far as they're going to go. They need an established running back. Devin Singletary only had one 100-yard game this year. One. James Cook had none. Zero. I know one game he fell a yard or two short of 100. It's just a point. Josh Allen was the leading rusher in at least, could be more, but at minimum 8 games this year. Minimum 8 games this year, Josh Allen was the leading rusher. That should not be. And what happens with teams like this? They get exposed in the playoffs. So we can talk about the defense injuries. We can talk about them. They're legit. We understand Micah Hyde and Von Miller make monster differences. There was nothing wrong with the Bills' offense. What happens with offenses like this where you get one-dimensional with the quarterback, I can refer back to John Elway and the Broncos when they had running backs like Steve Sewell, Sammy Winder. These weren't Super Bowl running backs. What happened to John Elway in those playoffs in the 80s against the Giants and then against the 49ers in these Super Bowls? They got their doors blown off. They got killed. And against the Redskins as well. Doug Williams, Joe Montana, Phil Simms, these were the quarterbacks of those teams. Guys, they got destroyed. Why? Because they had no running game, and they had to rely on John Elway. And when you get to the playoffs and you play against better teams, and they know you're a one-man show, you can throw Dan Marino's Dolphins in this as well. They're going to shut you down. So the offense came up completely unprepared. That has nothing to do with the defensive side of the ball and the injuries there. The offense couldn't get anything done because it was zoned in on Josh Allen. Josh Allen should not be the only one having to carry this team. Should not be the only one to have to carry this team. And that's where they're at. And when things like this happen, that's where it gets exposed in the playoffs. Gets exposed. That's why. When did John Elway finally win? When he got Terrell Davis as his running back. A real running back that teams had to respect on defense. They had to respect that on defense because now you got a real running back. You don't have to just zone in on one guy. That's when John Elway won Super Bowls. That's when Josh Allen will win Super Bowls. Because now analysts are all putting Allen. Now it's Mahomes and Burrow, then Josh Allen. Now he's becoming the guy that can't get it done. And it's unfair. It's an unfair statement. Can't get it done. It's all on him. That's why. And the Bengals zoned in on that and shut it down. These are my opinions. I think Sean McDermott has gone as far as he's going to go and far as he's going to take the Buffalo Bills. I think it's time to get the next coach in there, whether it be Sean McVay, if he is available, Sean Payton, if he's available. These are coaches that can take this team to the next level. McDermott, great job. Honestly, great job. If I was a diehard Bills Mafia fan, I would be so thrilled with Sean McDermott, but I would also question, have we gone as far as we're going to go with him? There's been coaches in the past that have been outstanding coaches that get teams from bad levels to great levels but can't get it done. Or Marty Schottenheimer, Dan Reeves, for instance. These are guys that were incredible coaches, could never get that ring. Schottenheimer never even got a chance to get that ring but had phenomenal teams during the regular season. Dan Reeves has gone to the Super Bowl with the Giants, the Broncos. No, excuse me, not the Giants. The Broncos and the Falcons. It was the other team that he went to the Super Bowl with. Couldn't get it done. There's something that's missing. To me, you need another coach to get you to the next level, and you need a running back to take the stress off of Josh Allen and get opposing defenses to respect the fact that you have a running back there that's not named Singletary or James Cook. Who James Cook, I know, is just drafted. He probably hasn't gotten a fair enough shake to see what he's really got. But everybody knows you got to zone in on Josh Allen. If it's 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, he's going to be the guy running it more than the team's going to be running it. For him to lead in 8 games minimum this year, that's a problem. That gets exposed when, I already said it, in the playoffs against better teams, upper elite teams, which the Bills are, but everybody knows it's about Josh Allen. Josh Allen. The offense did nothing in that game in a season where they were the heavy favorites. I am not ripping on Buffalo by any stretch. I'm doing an outsider's analysis of the Bills, who I was pulling for. I wanted to be where the Bills and the Jets are fighting for the AFC East and top teams in the divisions, and let the Dolphins and the Patriots fight from the basement for once. Let us two teams move forward and go forward. Our fan bases deserve it. Our fan bases have been suffering. So from a Jets fan to the Bills Mafia, I get it, I respect it, and the guys that support my channel, I really appreciate every single one of you. Every single one of you, I appreciate. That's just my take on the Buffalo Bills season. It was disappointing. I live streamed the game, and I was beyond angry about what I was watching out there. And that Bills Mafia, I know, is even worse at that. So I get it, even worse at their anger. Even worse, and justifiably so. So that's my thing. Get rid of McDermott, Dorsey, Leslie Frazier. Bring in a new winning regime that knows how to get teams over the top. That's what they need, and they need a running back desperately. Johnny Basement, subscribe, bell notice, like button. I am out.